So we've got a bit of a crisis in Huddersfield town centre. There's a lot of great businesses in Huddersfield town centre. A lot of them I'm more than happy to support and spend time there. But over the last few weeks, we've had, I think a real crisis. We've lost Beaverbrooks after 90 years. We've lost Next in Kingsgate. Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm not a fan myself, but they're going. Brewdog, next to Huddersfield University, right bang next to Huddersfield University, they're going. The Slug and Lettuce, Foot Asylum, they've gone. And just outside the Ring Road, Magic Rock has gone. And Councillor Turner, at yesterday's Cabinet meeting, described that as natural churn. I actually think, Councillor Turner, this is something that we should be concerned about, that we should be spending time on, and that as a council, whose role, part of our role, is economic development and trying to do our best for the town centre, which we are doing through things like the Cultural at Heart, but we've got to look at the here and now. What is it we're doing about the here and now to address those issues and support and grow Huddersfield town centre?
Thank you, Councillor Cooper. Councillor Turner.
Thank you, Councillor Cooper, for your question. As I said, yes, some of this is natural churn, some of this is totally beyond our control. Beaverbrooks is closing massive amount of operations across the country. I explained yesterday, W.H. Smith looking to cut theirs down to 250 from 500 plus. Brewdog, I don't know whether you're aware, but Brewdog's parent company made a significant loss last year, so it was obviously retrenching across the country and across the world because it's a multinational organisation. An organisation I'm doing well because I actually have shares in Brewdog. I have shares in Brewdog. Shares.
I mentioned the share you got from me.
When did socialism say you couldn't get cheap beer? Where does it say socialism you're not entitled to cheap beer? The Slug and Lettuce is about to be reopened under a different brand name. We had, before Christmas, we had a specialist food shop open in the arcade. We had a new cart shop open only 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's a new restaurant opening called Mexicali, I believe. So there is always going to be churn in town centres. Some close, some go, and we have a town centre manager. I'm a member of the bid. I'm on the bid board, so we work with business all the time. The Oakland cart shop has a new owner. Sorry, rent. So he's going to rent that, and I know who it is. That's signed up for that. So there is always a certain amount of churn in town centres. We constantly work with businesses. Don't forget, some of these businesses don't want to necessarily work with us because they're part of multinational chains or big companies, and they don't want to talk to us. So it's very difficult. But actually, as I said yesterday, the national average, our occupancy rate on our retail offer is slightly above the national average. Not by a lot, but it's slightly above the national average. So this is a problem everybody's facing. As I said yesterday again, 31% of all retail is now done online. 31% of all retail is now online. Think about that. That means up and down the country there are far too many retail outlets. It's a national problem that somehow we need to address, but at this moment in time, we will continue to work with our town centre shops through our town centre managers and the bid.
Councillor Cooper, do you have a supplementary?
And I was bought a share in Brewdog for me, so I don't know whether that makes me a capitalist or not, but that was a birthday present. When people talk about Huddersfield Town Centre and the concern about it, and a lot of people's concern about it is genuine. There's a lot of love for Huddersfield Town Centre, for its architecture, for a lot of the businesses that are there, but the concern is genuine as well. And they look to other towns and they compare Huddersfield with those towns, like Halifax, like Barnsley, and they look at those towns and they say, you know, Huddersfield's not doing what those towns are doing. And one of the things that is great about a lot of those towns is that they've embraced local, independently owned and managed businesses. Those are the things which give distinctive character to those towns. So what's the correct response that we should have, rather than shrugging our shoulders and regarding this as natural churn. So I think we should be actively promoting businesses in the town centre, and I think it desperately needs a marketing strategy, and I think we need to be doing things there. And I think sitting down with people like some of the prime businesses that operate in our town centre, some of those who've invested a lot in there and they're concerned themselves, and sitting down with them, sitting down with Huddersfield Bid and saying, what is it we should be doing and how can we address the current issues that are there. We should be looking at management of public space in the town centre. You see, I mean, if you go around the town centre, you'll see areas with rubbish that accumulates quite regularly. You will see areas where the vegetation has just got out of control, and you feel, who's caring for this space? Who's looking after it? And what council budgets have been cut, which have meant that we're not managing these spaces as well as we could be doing. But yes, we need to be looking at the strategy that we have to be prioritising locally owned and locally managed businesses. Those are the things which people will go into a town centre for, which they can't necessarily find through internet shopping. Those are the things that people will actually get on a train, get on a bus, go out and do something for. I think we've got to think about our town centre as being a family-friendly space, a place where people can go, where they'll feel comfortable going with their children. Places with play areas and family places where they might want to have a picnic or something like that. That's something that Huddersfield Town Centre simply doesn't offer. And public art. Public art makes a real difference to town centres. Murals, sculptures, things that people see in those public spaces, those are the things which people go, this is a distinctive place. This is a place that's interesting. This is a place that I want to spend time and want to go to. And working with organisations which are doing great work, which are nothing to do with the council, and actually seeing what we can do to help them and turbocharge what they're doing. Looking at organisations like Indie Hoods, that promote events in and around the town centre on a weekly basis, and doing that in a consistent and really informative manner. So we need a strategy, we need a task force, we need people to come together to do something about this, and simply shrugging your shoulders and simply describing this as natural churn is the council evading its responsibilities. So we need to not do that. We need to actually get together, have a strategy, and try and improve things within our town centre.
Thank you, Councillor Cooper. Councillor Turner.